Let's try that again. Good morning. My name is Tammy, and I'd like to welcome you to SoFly's Unique Boutique. It is my FlossTube channel about cross-stitch quilting and whatever else I can get my hands on too. Today is Friday, April 4th. Yay! So it seems like March took forever. It really did. I don't know why. So I would like to welcome all my new subscribers because I had a small little bump, and I would like to say, if you like what you see, please like, please subscribe, please do all the FlossTube things if you're just stumbling across me. To all my regular subscribers, thank you so much for coming back week after week. I really appreciate that. So, let's move this down a little bit. There we go. That's better. Not in my face. I would like to start with the new starts. Or just, kind of just pick whatever on the top of my pile and take it from there. It kind of works. So this is FlossTube number 84, and today is, like I said, April 4th, 2025. One of my new starts is, it's a full coverage. It's called Woodcut Raven number 2, and this is from Pandora X Stitch on Etsy. And I don't know. I tried it on 25 count, doing 1/1. I didn't like it. So I ended up deciding that I would try it on 18 count, 1 strand over 1 block, full cross. And I like it a lot better. And it gives it more of a woodcut feel, I think. And I'm doing it on a 20 count, easy count, or easy guide, or whatever the heck you call it, Ada. And I got 137 stitches on here, and I think my goal was like 600. I'm not quite all entirely sure. Yeah, there's that. Just put this over here for now. And here it is. It may not look like a lot, but I think it is. Oh, I'm not gonna see it that way. There we go. I just put this on, so I'm not quite sure how it goes, but there it is. So I did a lot of black, and now I'm just filling in that corner. So I hope to get some more on this soon. I have changed some things around, so we'll go over that in plans. The other new start is it's a gift stitch, a friend of mine. I have suspended the security for this particular, for my FlossTubes anyway. Okay. This is a picture, I think. Yes. This is by Quaternon Creations. It's the Earth Goddess Gaia. There we go. And I have a friend who, her business is called Treasures from Gaia. It's not spelled the same. I don't know really what is the proper spelling, if it's G-A-I-A or G-A-E-A. I don't know. But hers, I think, is G-A-E-A. Treasures from Gaia. So what I plan on doing is I'm doing this on an 18 count teal that I dyed myself. And I'm using Silky 4051. And I got my 500 stitches in this morning. I only needed, 96 or 86 or something to that effect. But I got it in, and now I'm at 501. So, but this is a lovely variegated. It's called Forest Floor, I believe, but and I think it really goes good with this. And the Crafty Cave, Angie, she had already started this, so we decided to do a small stitch along. She's doing hers on a very pretty mottled orange with I think it's a blue. Yeah, it's a blue, because this is monochromatic. You only need one. And in the picture you can tell it's only got one floss, but you need the pattern chart, it gives you black. So I'll work on this. Yeah. So we got the wood cut even, Gaia. Alright. The next one I worked on, so, Wednesdays are normally Wonderland Wednesdays. So I was doing my long dog. Well, I decided to take a little bit of a break. Because I was making way too many mistakes, and usually when I start making mistakes on things, it's time for me to walk away. So I walked away from that one. So what I did instead, and I didn't get that many because most of it was what do you call it? Confetti. Like you have 2 stitches of this color here, and then that same color, there's like 2 over here, and 2 over here, and 1 here, and I'm not liking that part of it, but I am soldiering on. There it is. This is from Heaven and Earth Designs. It's called Quick Stitch Alice, or 2S Alice, and the artwork is by Hannah Lynn. And there she is. Now, I only got 139 stitches, like I said, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to work on this again soon. So, here's what I got done. Can't really tell too much what it is, but this is this up here in the corner kind of looks like a bat, and it's starting to take shape. So I just have to keep, what I'm trying to do now is find big blocks of color that I can put in, and then go back and fill in what's the word? Oh, confetti stitches. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I really wanted to, I could do diagonals. I really don't like them though, but I could. So this diagonal here would be all done, and then this one right here, it still needs some stitches. I don't know, maybe I will. I don't know. I really don't know what I'm doing with this one yet. But I like it. I really do. And since I only got 139 stitches on it, it's not really a big deal. Yeah. as we discussed on my last FlossTube, I decided to get back into temperature stitching, but I'm modifying it completely. I'm only doing one project for the month of April. Okay? So, and then in May, I'll pick another project, and June, July, August, September, so on and so forth. This month it happens to be a full coverage. Will it continue to be a full coverage? I don't know. I really don't know. Might be. So, the next one I'm doing is, this is my temperature stitching. This is called the Stained Glass Bee. It's by 2x2 Stitch Art. And I love, this is my very first stained glass project. Oh, it's the first one I ever started next to Rudolph Peking. And I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. And so far, for Tuesday, because I started on April 1st, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I've gotten 670 stitches. So the way I work this is, if the temperature ends in a 0 or a 1, 100 stitches. The temperature ends in a 2 or 3, that's 150 stitches. 4 or 5, that's 200 stitches. 5, 4, 5, 6, 7 is 250, and 8, 9 is 300. That's how I'm doing it. So, as of tomorrow, I need to put 300 stitches into this. And then Sunday, I think it's 250. So that's another 550 stitches. Yeah. I think what I'm going to do tomorrow is I'm going to get at least 100 stitches worth of black done. Because I've been filling, or I just might continue to fill in. So on maybe the days that it's 100, I'll get, 100 or 200 stitches of the black done. But as you can see, right here and right here is the beginning of the bee. It is the antenna. And I need to finish filling in this blue spot. This is also blue down here. I need to finish filling in this leaf here, right there. And I need to finish over this way. I'm hoping that I have enough to make it down and over. So, we'll see. But I also want to put in more of the bee. This right here is part of the bee's wing. So, I'm loving this. I think the colors are amazing. I'm doing it on 18 count white. Like I said, I love it. Absolutely love it. So that's that one. So that one that's going to be my temperature stitching for the month of April. Okay. What am I going to do for May? I don't know. I really don't know. Whatever strikes my fancy. So. Okay. This is Alice. Put that there. Alright, the next thing I did was when I spun my wheel for a whip, the Carrot Market came up, which is by Jardin Parve. And this is what it looks like. It's very cute. There you go. So you can see it without the sign and see it up closer. There we go. And it's cute. And I started this yesterday, and I did change a color, because I didn't have 840, so I changed it to a different brown that was on the same, kind of, it's 3863. And I'm doing this on a 16 count 8 of a yard of Witch's Garden Crafts Unicorn, and it is an Etsy store. And they're very reasonably priced. And this is what it looks like. Look at that fabric. It's very somewhat true to color. So I got the sign done. I've got the bird done. I did backstitch one of the stems on the daffodils. This is a top of a carrot that's in the little boy's wagon, or the little guy, little bunny boy. His wagon, he's carrying 2 carrots, and then the older gentleman bunny is carrying one big huge one in his wagon. So, to make the roll, I still have to do what is it? I got 500 stitches. I need 500 stitches, so I did 463 yesterday. So I've got 7. 97. But I love it. And this stitching on it's a 16 count, yes, but stitching on this is a dream. And I am a major purple person, and when I thought about starting this, I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do it on. So because I happened to be looking around for some stuff, and I found this, and I was like, oh, I love it. It's gonna go for the carrot market. Love it. And the white, I mean, the 3865 shows up wonderfully on this. So, since there's a lot of that color because the rabbits are white, I think it's gonna be very good. So, I did start that. Alright. Okay, we'll go from the back. Alright. I did finish my goals for the deer and the owl. And here is the deer and the owl. This is from Narna X Stitch on Etsy. And believe it or not, it doesn't take much to get a lot done because these motifs are huge. They're absolutely huge. Except for a few of them. So, I'm doing this on, I think it's a 16 count because my hare and deer was done on a 16 count as well. So, this is a 16 count weight Ada. And it really needs to be ironed. And it's kind of got its coffee stain on it, but I'm planning on washing it anyway, so it really doesn't matter. So, here we are. So this motif I have to fix, because I oopsed. Put something in the wrong spot. But I finished up this one, started this one, think I didn't have this one finished, and I finished it, and then I started working on the antler for the deer. So, but yeah. So I work on this the 31st, or every month that has a 31 in it. So I will not work on it this month, but May has 31 days, so I will work on it probably a couple of days in May, and try to get another 500 stitches, because that's all I need. So what I've done is I made a list of things that never met their goal. There's some that have, and I'm working on their second goal, but I have, there are some things that never met the goal. So I'm working on those. Work on a couple of them during the week, and then move on to something else. Here, so I got on the 31st, and I think maybe even the 28th that I worked on this in March. So at the end of March. So I got 512 stitches in those 2 days to give me, enough to make it. What's this one? Oh, this is a new start, and I've been wanting to do this one for a very long time. So I finally decided I'm not waiting anymore. I'm just starting things. Just starting things. So this is Alice's Mad Plan by Bendy Stitchy. Cute. So cute. And I am doing this. But I am doing this on a 18 count Picture This Plus a vellum, and I forgot to write down the rest of the stitches, but I got 120 done on the first day, and then I worked on it again another day, and I got for a grand total of, I'll check something here. Okay, grand total of 492 stitches. And here it is. Look at that. And these colors show up wonderfully. White a little bit, not so much, but that's okay. You can see it in person. But the blue is amazing. The green is amazing. So I want to get this back out again, because I love it. So, and I will admit that having all my floss up against my living room wall right at the moment, and the little Stanley Craftsman thingies, makes life a lot easier right now. But I need to get back into my craft room and find a spot. Alright, so Alice's Magical Plate right there. Oh gosh. Alright. Yeah, 372 and then some. The other thing I worked on, which I worked on this the last couple days of March after I filmed, Plum Street Samplers, Judge Not. Judge not that ye be not judged. And all these little sheep. I want my little sheep. So I needed 1,000 stitches, and I already had 611. So with 423, that got me where I need to be. And I'm doing this on a 16 count, I want to say French country latte or vintage country latte or something to that effect. But here we be. I finished the red and then started on the other two sheep that were not filled in yet. And then I get their feet in, I got their, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. I got their feet in, and they're both done in, I do believe, Shabby Sheep. And then I'm going to outline the one over here, finish that one and the one below it, which is the brown, and then move on over and get some more, oh, wrong side, sorry, and get the last couple of sheep, because there's 5 left that I have to outline and finish. Well, not 5, but there's 5 left that I have to outline. So I think that'll be my next step, is outline this one. And since this is slated to be a finish this year, I'm gonna work on it this weekend, I think, or next week, I'm not sure. And I'm using colorful colors, the specialty floss. Classic Colorworks, I think, is the only thing it takes. Okay, I need to clean out this box because there's a bunch of stuff that I don't need in here anymore. Alright, now the other goal I got done was Galaxy Flowers, and I think I needed 300 on that. I only had 141. So I got this, and this is from 2x2 Stitch Art. Doing this one down here. I'm not using black fabric, I'm using white, because I like the white idea better, and it shows up much better. And I got in 171 stitches total. And here we are. I worked mainly over this way. I got part of this leaf done, got a bunch of this leaf done, again this leaf, and then I can work my way over this way to get the rest of this side done. That's my goal, is to work on this side. So the next time I pick this up, I'm just going to put straight 300 stitches in it, no other than that. Nope. It's going to be get the goal done. And that's how I'm kind of doing things, because I don't want to have, you know, I have enough things hanging around, and that's why I tried the 25 and 25. I'm still kind of doing that, but I'm not using the boards anymore because it's just too much to keep up with. So I have chosen a different way, so when I have, I'll get to that in plans. Let's just finish this part up first. Alright, and oh, I guess that's it for whips. Huh. Thought I worked on more than that. I didn't. No, because I haven't started any of my letters yet for my Stitch Apr, and I haven't started any of my Stitch by Color, And I think what I'm going to do is I put the carat market on my I spy, because it's something that starts with a C. And so that means I'm going to put another 200 stitches in that. But I did put 200, did I? Yes, I think I did. I think I wrote it down as I put 200 stitches in that for stitch by color, I think. I'll have to check my thing. Alright, so the number of stitches I did for the month of March, to the best of my knowledge, is 15,907. That's a lot. Not as much as some other people, but for me, that's a lot. And that wasn't even finishing a lot of stuff that I wanted to finish or do. I got 3 finishes done. The crit ornament, the Doctor Who EKG, and the geometric bear. And I got 2 goals completed for March, which was Judge Not, which I started with 611 stitches, but when I started counting the stitches, that's what I had. I started that way before I started counting stitches. Plus the 423 I got gave me 1,034 stitches. The Deer and the Owl, I did 252 plus 260, which gave me 512. So for April, so far, my goal that I completed was Galaxy Flowers. I had originally 141. I added 171, which brought me up to 312. So my plans are, I want to work on another goal, which is my stamped kit. It's the Winter Bear. I don't have it with me right now. But I might really get it. Yeah. I only have 174 or 184 stitches on that, and I need 1,000. So yeah, I need quite a bit. So what I am doing is, I have created some new wheels. I still have my finishes for 2025 wheel, which I still need to finish the Geo Fox and Let Me In. So I'm not going to spend that until those are, at least one of those is done. Alright. So you know that on Mondays I have please. Gotta get rid of some of the messages here. Okay. Okay. Fine. Picked up. Sorry about that. So, oh, I need this. So I have some new, same idea, but new names on my Tiny Decisions wheels. So I still have my finishes, and Judge Not is a finish, Let Me In needs to be a finish, and Geometric Fox. So when one of those gets finished, and then I spin it again and, you know, get another finish, and then work on another one when that one gets finished, so on and so forth. Alright. And then I have Motif Monday, which I put a bunch of new stuff in. So we're gonna, there's 25 whips in there, or 25, what's that? 25 whips, or several new starts, you know, but they're Quakers, so it means you work on a couple motifs, and then so on and so forth. So we're gonna find out what motif Monday has in store. Oh, hold on. There we go. Christmas Quaker. Okay, I know what that one is. That would be a new start. And I think I might be able to show it to you with this. I don't know. Let's see. Because I know it's on this. Because when I was going through some of this stuff, I use this to figure it out. And I've taken a few things off of this because I've finished them. Like the moose, the geometric moose, the geometric bear. There were a few others. And some that didn't come out right, so I just took them off. Said, I'm good with that. Oh, goodness gracious. What is it? Shouldn't be that hard to find, right? Yeah. That's not one. Oh, right there. Oh, you can see it a little bit, but that's what it looks like. I'm gonna have to get pictures because this thing just doesn't. So Christmas Quaker. So we'll look forward to that on Monday. I have to figure out how big it is. I don't know if I'm going to do it on white or if I think I have a nice light blue that would work very well as long as it's big enough piece. Alright, so then I have another wheel which is Wonderland Wednesday, and there's only 20 of them here. So I worked on the Cheshire Cat. That was a monthly thing in January, so I'm going to wait on that one. And I've already did, you know, the right amount of stitches for Alice and the Leap Years. So we are going to... Oh, Alice Snow Globe. I can show you what that is right now. I have it right here. Now, this is from Jardin Privé. Yeah, it's a snow globe. So I'll start this on Wednesday. I'm doing this on a piece of Picture This Plus 18 count mint. Yeah, that's about right. And I think the greens are going to be dark enough so it shouldn't be a problem. The white should show up just fine. So I think it should be good. If not, I'll do a floss toss, of course, but I just lucked out with the carrot market, trust me. I really did. I lucked out. But I've seen this done on a jade, and it looks beautiful. So, that'll be a new start. And then, I have Full Coverage Friday, which starts today. I made a full coverage Friday with 25 ropes. So, let's see what we get. Dobby! Okay. That would be a new start. That's just in stitches. I do have a picture of that one too on here. Let's hope it you guys see it. You should be because it's a little bit different. Alright, let's find Dobby. Oop, there he is. There he is. There's Dobby. And when I got this one, I was amazed. Absolutely amazed with the two that I got. Because I didn't have to input the blends. They were already inputted. And it was like, yay! So, basically, I'm going to be starting off with nothing but 415. So, let's see. So, we got Alice Snow Globe and Dobby. So, we're going to spin for how many stitches? Oops. Alright, how many stitches? 1 through 25. And what happens is that if I get the 1, it's 100 stitches. If I get 25, it's 2,500. That's how it's going to work. So, let's see what we get here. 11. So, on the Christmas Quaker, we're going to put 1,100. For Alice Snow Globe, we're going to only put in 100 stitches. So these are the stitches that every time I pick it up, these are the goals. Okay, so every time I pick it up, I'm going to put in like 100 stitches, or 1,100 stitches, or 2,500 stitches, you know, so on and so forth. And then for Dobby, $1,800. And where I'm starting in one color, shouldn't be too bad, shouldn't be too hard. Alright, so that's the way it's gonna go. So next week, when I film, oh, there's one more thing we need to shoot for. Next week when I film, I will show you if I got the 1,100 stitches on Christmas Quaker. I will show you if I got, you know, the 100 stitches, that would be nothing. And as long as I get some of it, like if I get 500 on the Christmas Quaker one day and I work on it a different day and get the rest of it, awesome. Because these are going to change every 2 weeks. So I have 2 Mondays that I can get 1,100 stitches on. I've got 2 Wednesdays I can get 100 stitches. So it's not a big deal. And then I have 2 days to get, or 2 Fridays to get 1,800. So I'll be working Start Dobby today, and then get as much done as I can today, and then work on something else, because I've already worked on my stained glass bead. Got my 100 stitches there. I finished my goal for Gaia. And then this weekend I'm going to work on the Winter Bear and maybe Dracula's Welcome. No. I'm not going to work on Dracula's Welcome. I'll work on my Winter Bear because that's going to be a lot of stitches. But I'm going to try to work on my letter E, letter B, letter G, and letter S for this weekend. So I'm gonna work. I think the first two E's was Edgar Allan Poe, so that's 200 stitches on Edgar Allan Poe, 200 stitches on Executioner's Block. Then we're going to work 200 stitches on the Book of Dragons, and then for the G's we're going to work on Autumn Lane Stitchery Ghost Town. So it's 200 stitches, and my starting point for that is right here. So I'm going to be working on the ground and the ghost. And then maybe if I have enough stitches left, I'll work on the other house or start the other house, which is right next to it. And this is right here. This is an 18 column pictures plus haunted. And it looks so good on here. It really does. It looks great. So that's that. And I'm going to be working on my S's, which I think I have in here. Don't I? Yes, I do. Yes. And this is Snort Stack by Plum Street Sampler. And I think there's 4 S's. There's an S in eggs, basket, Easter. Eggs, basket, Easter, and something else. So here's my starting point. This is done on the same fabric as my, I do believe it's the same fabric as my Judge not. This is as far as I've got. I am off by 1 stitch, but I don't care. I don't care at this point. I'm just gonna fudge it at the end and make it fit. So I'm working on this pig. This little piggy's all done. So I'm gonna work on this little pig here. Work on some more of the flowers, move some of the border down, and work on the 3rd pig. Because there are 3. And a mound. Big old mound. I did the fox shoe, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. That's why I kept the pattern, because I want to do it again. But I think I might be doing that on like a jade or the mint. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. So I'm looking forward to getting 400 stitches in this, or 3 to 400 stitches in this. I'm not quite sure what yet, but I know it's something. Very cute pigs. Yes. So, and then I've got to work on my Stitch by Color, which is going to be Spring Awakens and Female Bee. And do I have those in here? Let's see, a couple. Oh, here it is. So I need to get to 200 stitches on Spring Awakens by Summer House Stitch Picks. And I think Laura from Stitching by the Shore is right. This one is a lot more complicated. or it just seems to take longer because there's more stuff. I mean, they're all the same size, but it just seems like there's more crammed into this one. Because you got the, you know, the little twisty ribbon, you got the tree, you know, you got the little doodads up there. I mean, I think the easiest thing is going to be the bird and the box. I don't know. Let's see. So, I need to get 200 stitches in that. And here's where I am. So on 18 count, right, Ada? Even though I rinsed it in cold water and let it dry and ironed it, it's still very stiff. But that's alright. I'll deal with it, right? Right. And then then I've got summer and so on and so forth. And then I have to work on, or I'm going to be starting. I don't really have a picture for this one, so I'm going to hold it back a little bit. And this is female would be. So I gotta find a picture of that one. And then work on my I Spy, which is Carrot Market, which I just showed you, and I'm wondering if I have it. Maybe not. Nope. That's that one. I don't have autumn acorns, but that one I'm also doing for the A's. Yeah, so those are my plans. And I know it's kind of funky that I'm changing everything around. Oh, there's one more thing I wanted to spin for, and that was for a whip. And I changed that around too. I did change my finish wheel around a little bit. I took off all the ones that I had finished, like my Midwinter Mushgloom, my Adams Family from Plum Street Simpler, my Geometric Moose, and Geometric Bear. So we're going to go to weekly whips, which are 25 options. And let's see what we can get. Oh, goody! Christmas Piggy! Yay! Christmas Piggy. That's weekly whip. 300. And I do believe he's in here. Or she's in here, or whoever's in here. That's family portrait. That's the one I just finished the goal for. That one I decided I was going to work on a little more. Oh, let's see what's in here. Oh, I think I remember these. How about this one? Oh, yeah. Those are not what I'm looking for. Oh, those are the little sheepies. That's for Maurice. That's that one. Nope. Maybe I don't have them in here. I'm gonna need that one. Well, I don't have it in here, or I have it somewhere else. I'm not quite sure where it is right at the moment. But when I'm thinking about it, this one I need to finish. And I'm going to work on it this month. Put 200 stitches in it. And this is from Cross Stitch Foxy, I believe. It's an Easter egg. So, gotta finish that one. He wouldn't happen to be in here, would he? Probably not. Well, I'll have to find the Christmas pig. Because I have to clean out this one anyway, because there's a lot of stuff in here. I'm not going to work on it this month. So, unless it shows up on the wheels. So, that is it. It's all done with the stitching. All done with plans. I did have a little bit of haul, but I'm not worried about it right now. It was just some very simple. I think I spent less than $10 on a couple of, very small, cutesy things that I just couldn't resist. So I gotta stay fussy. I have not yet spent any of my bobbins, because those are for like 1, 2, 3 stitch, or Stitch is so beautiful, that kind of thing. So, there is one on Stitch is so beautiful that I want very, very badly, but I'm going to save my Stitch is so beautiful purchase, or my 1, 2, 3 stitch purchase, until after I've gotten at least 30 bobbins, or $30. So I need another 10. The way it's going to be, because that's the way I want to do it. So there's one more thing I wanted to show you, and these are my goals for April. So the Stained Glass Bee, I'm trying to get 5,000 stitches on by the end of the month, and I might get more than that depending upon what the temperature is running at. The Thanksgiving Quaker, I need to finish getting to 2,000. The Native Gobbles, I need to get 1,000. The Spring Awakens, I need to finish up getting 500. Dracula's Welcome, I need to get 300. The Carrot Market, I think I need 700. The Black Cat, I need to get up to 500. Halloween Quaker, I need to get to 600. The Winter Bear, I need to get to 1,000. And the Fairy Rabbit, I need to get to 3,100. The Galaxy Flowers, the Deer, and the Owl, and the Judge Knot are completed. And when I complete another one, I will continue to put it down here if I have enough room. So, right there, I'll erase the one I got and change the color from purple to black. And then in May, we'll come up with a whole new list of goals. So, I am going to spin for small because I changed that wheel around too. And for some of my finishes, I put in like the puppy in the stocking, the snowman, and the bunny, the Snow Village banner, the Hope snow globe. So that's why I changed things around, because there was no way I was going to finish Jardin Privé's 12 Days of Christmas. There was no way I was going to finish the Tribal Butterfly when I'm thinking about restarting it. There was no way I was going to finish, some of the other ones that I had on there, because I just, I need to be realistic about some of the things I was doing. That's why I'm getting rid of the boards and getting rid of everything. I know it's kind of a waste of time to write them out, but you know what? Maybe I'll try them again next year. And the wheels for the amount of stitches is 1 through 25. So I can pick two numbers a month for, say, 2 boards. One full coverage, one plain ordinary whips, and one finishes if I want to. I'm not going to go through all the Quakers and all that. Nah, don't mind. So, but yeah, so that's it. So, nothing too exciting in life other than the fact that the 3 of us went out on Wednesday and did some shopping and grocery shopping and getting some treats for the dog. My daughter has a dance tonight, so she went to get a pair of shoes for the dress that she's wearing. So I'm not too sure about the dress, but I know it's got a shorts underneath it, so it's not like she's going to be showing anything off, thank God. Just a lot of leg and possibly some chest, because it's just goes up and around the neck like a bathing suit. Whatever. I'm not gonna... There's certain battles that I fight, and there are other battles that I just don't. What she wears for clothes, I kind of have just gone to the wayside, because I don't even buy her clothes anymore, unless it's underwear and bras, socks. That's it. There are a few safe things that I know I can buy for her. Anything that has to do with wrestling, anything that's Hello Kitty. Anything that's like the old time bands like Nirvana, My Chemical Romance, Metallica, that kind of thing. Those things I can buy for her. But other than that, I am considering about getting her possibly a leather bomber jacket for Christmas. Because when I saw her in the play and I looked at her in that jacket, she looked really good. So, but we'll see. But other than that, that's it. So, I hope everybody has a productive weekend. Oh, one more plan. Sorry. I got online and I found a bunch of song titles. So, starting on next Thursday and going till next Sunday is going to be a 24-hour, my version of a 24-hour of cross stitch, 24 hours of cross stitch, using music, the duration of a song, how long a song is, for the amount of stitches you put in a certain way. So, hypothetically speaking, alright, I did this for Christmas carols, okay? And I worked on my Grinch gnome to the duration, however long your mean one, Mr. Grinch, was. I think it was like 2 minutes and 30 something seconds. So I did 230 something stitches. Now, if you want, you can do the stitches or you can do the hours. I'm seriously thinking about doing hours, but I'd have to check some of the songs. So next weekend, next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is SoFly's Unique Boutique 24 hours of cross-stitch music challenge. So if you want to be involved in that, just go to my Facebook page, SoFly's Unique Boutique, and just like, do whatever you need to do to get on there. So I'm gonna do that, and I might just put it on my regular page too. So yeah, and I would like to thank publicly. I didn't bring them in with me, but I won't use them until you guys see them. I'll try to remember to bring them in next week. There's a lady on Instagram that I met. Her name is Rachel. She does have her own channel now. I watched a couple of them this morning. She's very cute. And she's from Lewiston, Maine. And I think I was looking at one of her stitches and I was like, oh my god, I love it, you know. And I said, I really like that. Great job. And the next thing I know, she's following me on Instagram and so on and so forth. And she said something about sending me a couple needle minders, and because she has a website, it's mainly _xstitch, and she sent me two, and it didn't cost me any, they were freebies, and I was like, oh, that's awesome, thank you. And I received them on Monday. I wasn't expecting to get them that quickly. I was like, oh my god, I love it. So if you want to watch her, she's Rachel at mainlyxstitch.com. I don't think she has an Etsy store, but she does design her own patterns. She makes needle minders, the whole bit. So, and she is on FlossTube. So, she's only got maybe 3, possibly 4. Because she started on the March 31st, so she might only have 3. But she's a very sweet lady. She has 2 daughters. She lives in Lewiston. She's awesome. So if you want to look at somebody new and see her designs, because she does show some of her designs on there, feel free to go ahead and check her out. Other than that, that's all I got. Oh, nope, sorry. There's another lady, her name is Elle, and she is Keystone Stitcher. And she's, she does full coverage. And I'm telling you what, she's doing one that's actually a photograph that got painted with oils and then turned into a cross stitch. It is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Whoever charted it got the eyes, got everything perfectly. I mean, I love it. And then there's another one she's doing, and she's only doing the bottom half of it, and I think it's a hay design. And all she wanted was the mermaid and whatever else is there. Oh, it's in, like underwater. She didn't want to do all the sky. I can't say it's a mermaid. But yeah. Yeah. And here I am doing cute ghosts and all, you know, I got a little bit of a tree and 3 done. But I'm getting closer. You know, I did not work on it last Friday, but it is on my rotation, so it'll come up, I'm sure. And I will try to get my 5% then. So yeah. So I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. Keep on stitching on. Bye. Oops.